going to be talking about I'm going to be talking about what happened last night because I was not paying attention fully on Twitter and then all of a sudden there's so much stuff happening. So anyways, before I even dive in, I hope you all are well and healthy. Um, so let me just give you an update on my health. On Wednesday, I went to the dentist to basically complete my root canal. And um, I told the dentist that the abscess was still there. So basically, uh, you still have to do the same thing, drilling and stuff like that, but it did not do a final seal. You just, drained it. I don't know how it works because, when you're in one angle, when you go to the dentist, you don't see everything that's happening in your mouth. You see the tools when the dentist is using it, but you don't see what's happening in your mouth. You can feel it, you can feel if there's any pressing or pressure. You can feel these things, but you don't know what the tools are even called. So yeah, I just want to point that out. Okay. Now, um, after the root canal treatment, towards the nighttime, my mouth was a bit swollen where the injection was, and it's above the abscess as well, and my teeth started hurting for no reason. The treated tooth just started hurting for no reason. Previously, it was hurting because, well, aching. Aching is a better word because my tongue would obviously like kick it like that. So yeah, but after the second treatment, I I barely touched it, and and it just started paining, and I fell also I had a fever, not a wild fever, but I was a bit cold, and it was a bit worrisome because all of a sudden my body just went cold, and I slept, woke up the next day, and where the pus would come out below my abscess, it was it was 10 times bigger than it was, you know, and even the area above the abscess, it was swollen, and it hurt a lot. And I remember just so worried about that early in the morning. um what else can I say? I remember eating berries because I was like, you know what, let me eat something healthy for breakfast. Okay. After that, the swelling cooled down, and then by nighttime, the place where the pus would normally escape was completely gigantic. I cannot believe how gigantic it was. It was never something I've felt before until that day, which was Thursday. And there you go. And then I was playing with it, touching it with my tongue, and then I pressed my lip, and I just pressed it with my hands, and it popped. And as it popped, it began to refill again, like last time. It was always refilling. If you popped it, it would refill immediately, and it would come very red. It was extremely red now. So not now, sorry, I'm making a mistake. Not now, I meant that night when I popped it. You know what? Let me restart this. This is so embarrassing because I feel like I'm not giving my point across. You know what? You know what? Okay, wait. Let me restart. Let me restart. Look. So, Thursday morning, my mouth was swollen just a bit, and then by nighttime, the area where the pus would normally form was so inflated. I've never felt like anything like that before in my mouth. It was so gigantic, you know? And and after that, I um I was playing with it with my tongue, and then I popped it by pressing my lip. the upper lip area. I just pressed it and it popped. And then it was refilling after it popped immediately. It was so hard to get all of it squeezed out. You kept pushing it out. Nothing was like, not much was coming out. You'll get a couple of stains, and then that's it. It would still be a bit fleshy and fatty. And looked in the mirror, it was red because anytime I played with my abscess in my, previously, even before treatment, anytime I played with it, it would pop and get a bit red. And then I stop playing with it, and then it comes back to its normal pinkish color. And I rubbed some ointment, not oint, well, I don't know what you call it, something for the abscess that I got like 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 6 7 months ago, and that was it. That was it. That was it. Now the area where the pus comes out, it's completely flattened, but it was worrisome to have so much pus in that area. I still have my abscess, it's still there. It has not gone away, but the area around it, above it, that was swelling is all gone. It's just the abscess is a problem now. It's the abscess that's a major problem. So, all right, I'm sorry for giving such a long treatment of blabbering, but I have to give you an update. Anyways, I hope you're all doing well. Let's talk about what happened. Now, if you look at the thumbnail for today's video, if you look at the thumbnail, you would find that you would find that it's a tweet from Jeremy Boring, the co-CEO of Daily Wire, and he basically says, Daily Wire and Candace Owens have ended their relationship. In other words, Candace is away from the Daily Wire. She joined around 2021, and wow, that's a long time. That's a long time. I remember when she joined it, and I can't believe time flew so fast. Now there are a lot of speculations on why she quit, why why people were a bit uncomfortable with her. A lot of people are saying some stuff, so I want to go over that. I really want to go over that because it's very important to talk about that because once again, I feel like this was a build up from couple months ago. It was something building up from couple months ago, and maybe she just could not take it anymore. She was just fed up, and she realized that, you know what, I can do without the Daily Wire. Now, a lot of people like Candace Owens, and when it comes to my conservative commentators on the Daily Wire, I don't watch Candace a lot. I don't really watch her a lot, but I can understand why people like her. I can really understand that. Anyways, um, she put up a bunch of tweets and she said she is free from the Daily Wire. She's finally free, and the way she phrased it, it makes people believe that she was possibly this princess in a castle, trapped in a castle. I would say that she had a lot of freedom to say a lot, but there was one topic she could not speak about. One specific topic she could not speak about, and that just caused everything to crumble. Now look, I understand that I understand that many conservatives are very much uh, what's the word, patriotic when it comes to the Israel versus Palestine debate. You know, I can understand that it's something that I remember for years it was a topic, and when I was younger, I never really understood what the heck is going on, what's happening, and all this stuff. And you would just ignore other people's words because you would just accept what other people were saying. Am I making sense? You would not really investigate it thoroughly. And just recently, I was looking more into this. I was looking deep into the well, and and it is really annoying that you can't speak about this topic when it comes to Zionism. Now, Zionism is something different uh, from anything to do with Judaism. It's completely different, and it sucks how Candace Owens, who was not, she is not pro Palestine. A lot of people claim she's pro Palestine. No, she's just anti war. She just does not want America to fund Israel. She doesn't want these things. She just wants peace, and it sucks how she's been slandered by a lot of people. You have a lot of these sites that claim everything is anti-Semitic. If you're against Zionism, you anti-Semitic. That does not make any sense whatsoever. It doesn't make sense, because Zionism has nothing to do with true Judaism. I'm not an expert on every single religion, but there are a lot of Jews against Israel. There are a lot of Jews against Zionism. It's something that's out there. And okay, look, now here's a video. I have it on my Nintendo Switch. Now, I would like to use my bigger tablet, but I have not charged it in a while, so I don't know. I don't know if I need to charge it. So I'm gonna use my Nintendo Switch. So hopefully you can see it. I'm gonna zoom out just a bit. Okay, I'm just gonna put this in. Ads. I get an ad. Wow, a yogurt ad. Chocolates, guys. It's chocolate yogurts. Wow. And I get another model ad. Wow, it's kind of, well, it's a perfume. It's a perfume. Oh my gosh, 3 ads. This is the first time I've gotten 3 ads in my life. Oh my goodness, this is insane. Look at this ad. What even is this? So it has to do with some place. Oh no, medicine. Sorry, medicine. Sorry. Now, the sad part about this um, is she's just getting slandered. The slandering started back in 2022, when Kanye was saying those statements, those things. And the crazy part is that that just in 2022, if you said anything Kanye said, you would be canceled. And now you have a lot of these youngsters, you know who are saying actual anti-Semitic stuff, but just 2022, they canceled Kanye for saying those similar things, which is ridiculous. It's so ridiculous, but it doesn't matter, does it? Doesn't matter about the hypocrisy, you know. Doesn't matter if they can say this stuff now, but Kanye could not. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't really matter, because it happened, what Kanye said happened, and a lot of people possibly just moved on from that, forgot, but they'll still hold it against him. And at the same time, I've seen a lot of people, not everyone, but some people get get anti-Semitic, because because they're very passionate about the Palestine versus Israel debate. So you do get to see some people like that being very anti-Semitic. I'm not talking about making jokes. I mean like actual hatred. But you get innocent people who are slandered. That's not nice. Candace should not be slandered for stuff like this. And even last year, when when Ben Shapiro made a comment about Candace Owens, because Candace Owens was reporting a lot about the Palestine stuff, and she wasn't doing it in the very much like praise Israel way. She was basically, going against the grain when it came to that topic, and some people did not like that, and they complained to Ben Shapiro, and that's really disappointing, because Candace should say whatever she wants to say. There are a lot of people on the right that are pro-Palestine, or they're pro-America only. They don't want to be a part of this war, you know. So, anyways, let's just play it. I'm sorry if it looks so glary. Oh my gosh, guys, the fourth ad I've seen. The fourth ad for clothes. Is it clothes? It's beddings. It's an unskippable ad. Oh my goodness. I can't watch anything anymore. Another ad. I got another ad. Oh my goodness. Another ad. This is an ad apocalypse.
rabbi is genuinely ignorant of everything that I have ever said, in which case I'm happy to clarify it because he will be joining us on today's episode. Or the other option is he's completely aware of the things that I have said and he is just a monster. I'm excited to find out when we sit down here with Rabbi Barclay. That's what we have coming.
So we're gonna start. No, let's just get right into the meat.
Could you
Anti-Semitism.
provide for us a definition of anti Semitism?
So that's the thing. Anti-Semitism is something you know, it is, you could say, well, anti-Semitism is anti-Jewish, but it's not anti-Zionism, you know? It's not anti-Zionism. It's not it's not calling out wrong stuff, you know? It really sucks. Some people have even pointed out in different comment sections where other people were reporting this news that um, that it doesn't make sense that Candace, who calls out the the bad side of the black community, it doesn't make sense for her to do that, but someone like Ben Shapiro can't call out the bad side of the Jewish community, you know? So a lot of people point out those things. They point out a lot of the hypocrisies. A lot of people are mad. If you check on Twitter, you can see a lot of people are disappointed in the Daily Wire because they just they are just like that, you know? How dare they lay Candace off? I have a feeling that Candace was kind of ready for this. She was ready for this. She was she was possibly trying to move on from this because the sad part is that you can't even talk about that now. You know, I like the Daily Wire. I think they're doing a great job when it comes to making movies and at least they're trying with their kids stuff. But when it comes to the topic of like talking about politics and the Israel versus Palestine stuff, I don't know why you can't say like the opposing opinion. And that's the thing now, you know, like, you know, Ben Shapiro is also very passionate, is extremely passionate of Israel. And I'm not a fan of that. I'm not a fan of Americans going to fight Israel's battle. You know, I'm not a fan of that. I think right now America should worry about America. You know, I'm not American and I'm saying this, you know, I am saying stuff like this. So yeah, it's pretty important. It is pretty important that the entire world doesn't get caught up in everyone's issues. But at the same time, I can understand why people are worried, concerned. Like right now, what's happening is it's not good. People should be concerned, but I still don't want people to be fighting. You know, I don't want people to be taking sides and saying we need to go this side or that side. No, end the battle. End the battle. Okay, please. That's it. That's all you can do. End it. And it's a very touchy subject. It is an extremely touchy subject for some people at the Daily Wire. Not everyone, but just some. They're very disappointed in Candace because she's just calling out Israel. That's the sad part. I feel like now a lot of conservatives won't be able to even leap in anything major because of criticizing Israel. And that's the thing. A lot of people in conservative in major parts of conservative circles, um, it is funded by some more pro-Israel stuff. And look, that's more of an opinion if you're pro-Israel or pro-Palestine, but it's a big problem when it becomes like, okay, you have to say this or else you're fired. It's a bigger problem, you know. It's such a big problem when People are being fired over this. And this isn't just happening in Daily Wire. A lot of people will just look at this and think it's just Daily Wire. No, many Hollywood studios and stuff like that, places like that. It is a very divisive topic because it's not just a left and right thing, you know? It's a mixed thing. You have people on the left, people on the right, believing in different things. And that's just how it's going to be. Oh my gosh, I'm sweating like a pig. Why am I sweating so much? Oh my gosh. Um, all right. And this is the thing I worry about because I see Daily Wire having so much potential for all like the entertainment stuff. You know, I cheer them on when it comes to making their shows and animations. I'm cheering them on, but I don't really want them to crumble at the same time. You know what I'm saying? I'm cheering them on, and I have a feeling that controversies like this will also make them crumble. That's just it. Well, if they react to it, technically, I've heard Andrew Clavin from Daily Wire has made some topic about Candace Owens leaving Daily Wire, but that's it. I don't think many of them are going to talk about it at all. Maybe they might, but they'll just say something small and that's it. It's just look, it's such a sticky subject, and Daily Wire needs to be, like I would love if Daily Wire just continued the entertainment side of things. The cool thing about Daily Wire is they can make political movies, They could also make um, non-political movies. Since they are right-leaning, they can make a lot of movies that and TV shows that have a lot of like morals and stuff like that. That's basically our side stuff. They can make entertainment, they can fund that entertainment. And when it comes to politics, I feel like the political side of things, it is interesting. It is interesting because a lot of people like the political commentators of Daily Wire. A lot of people love Candace. Candace even made like two documentaries or three documentaries, three special shows on Daily Wire. So there you go. She did a lot for the company, and she has a major influence. She's gonna take that major influence and go elsewhere. I'm not a fan of like so much of fighting too much, like infighting. I'm not a fan of our side when we do it. I'm not a fan of that because I don't like that. Especially for something like this topic. I think she ever since like last year when Daily Wire, some people in Daily Wire were having issue with Candace. I think that I think that she may have thought, you know what, it's time to leave. It's time to just get out of here. It's time to break free. So there you go. It's really sad, because I see a lot of talented people at the Daily Wire. A lot of people, even in camera and out of camera, they have the potential to make such great content, and stuff like this is obviously going to trip them over. I'm sorry about my voice. It sounds so masculine. I'm so sorry. I have not been masking up my voice. So, what else can we talk about now with Candace? Regarding Candace, let's just look at the Daily Wire stuff. Daily Wire Plus. Let me search it. Okay. Ooh, there's a new show. I can't believe it. There's a new show on Bentke. Oh my goodness. There's a new show on Bentke. Ooh, this is kind of cool. This is kind of cool. I was just thinking, why aren't they dropping new shows? Because I think they need to drop a show every single month. It just makes sense. And I know from an artist's perspective, it feels like a factory making content. But here's the thing: if you have like 40 shows, if you pre-made 40 shows, let's just say 40, or no, you know what, not 40, let's just go by seven shows. If you pre-made 7 shows, you're going to release at least one every couple of months. You spread it out just a bit. So, they are trying. I'm going to watch the trailer. Am I allowed to watch the trailer on you on this video? I don't know. I don't think I am. So, I don't think I am, but I'll watch it some other time. I'll watch it some other time. Okay, now let's okay, divorce from Daily Wire angle. What is your own view on Israel Palestine? Isn't your country taking Israel to the World Court, accusing them of committing genocide? Yeah, I've heard about that. I've heard about that. For me, I don't want people to die on both sides. I think that okay. Here's the thing. I don't know the full history of like the exact detail of every single thing that happened every single year. Because this has been going on for decades. But I do believe that peace can be made. I do believe that, and I do believe that both Palestinians and Israelis can one day live together without really having that division. I believe that one day it'll just be one specific land. It's not going to be divided by if you're Israeli or Palestine. It's going to be just one thing, and whatever they call themselves, I really hope that you know I hope there's no like genocide. I hope. Am I making sense? It's so hard to explain this. I hope that they just come together and they just focus on the future. That's it. Without tearing each other apart. No more apartheid. Apartheid. No more apartheid. Anyways, as I was saying, yeah, there's a long way to go for Daily Wire. And something like this, a controversy like this, can trip them. And I think it did trip them just a bit. A lot of people who are looking at it from different angles are going to be judging them harshly, because some people are very skeptical. It's not just like everyone supports Daily Wire. A lot of people in the right, many of them don't support Daily Wire because they're either anti-Trump or they considered to be rhinos or something like that. And that's the accusation thrown a lot because each of the political commentators just have their own taste of their personal political favorite. Like a lot of them support DeSantis, maybe one or two people will support Trump. So it's a mixed bag, and a lot of conservatives have already been looking at them with mixed feelings, and this is just going to hurt them even more. You know, I feel like Ben Shapiro is totally wrong when it comes to his like his reaction to Candace. I think that like yes, you can criticize viewpoints and stuff, but doing it in like a big party thing, wherever that place was, I can't remember where he criticized her. It was with um, a mixture of, I think, possibly Israelis. I don't know like everyone in that video, so I can't tell. But a lot of people seem to be pro-Israel. So yeah, I feel like he could have discussed it with her privately, and even if the video went out, he could have still made some talk privately. Anyways, I feel like there's a lot of potential. There's just so much potential for Daily Wire, but it's going to be a long walk, a definite long walk. And so many people are being fired from Hollywood right now. I think Daily Wire can hire them. A lot of them, either because of politics, because of the DEI stuff that's going on right now. A lot of people are being fired. A lot of talented writers, you know, a lot of these talented writers who possibly are just like mildly liberal or whatever, they are being fired or they're just not getting any jobs at all because of their skin color or whatever. Daily Wire should at least, claim those people and say, hey, you want to work with us? We working on cartoons and movies. You can come over. So I don't know when Daily Wire will drop their next movie, their next big hit. I don't know. But I hope that the next movie they make, the real movie they make, is I really hope it's not political, because the previous one, Lady Ballers, it still has to do with politics, and even if you like the jokes, it just feels like they need to do something else. They had other things like Terror on the Prairie and Shut In. You know, those things are good. I know they have Pendragon Cycle, which is being currently made. For some reason, I read a tweet from Jeremy Boring a couple of months ago where he claimed that he finished filming around December, and then he's still up. Daily Wire is still uploading like vlogs, uh, behind the scenes vlogs. So maybe the behind the scenes vlogs were made in advance. Yeah, it possibly was made in advance. So yeah, you have a series, but the thing about the series is you need more than just one series. You need more than that. You need like 5 series at least. Their goal around 2022 was for 2023 to reach around 10 million subscribers, active subscribers. I know they reached a million back in 2022, but they can do, they want to do better. They want to do better than that. And 10 million is something they can reach. They can reach, but you need a lot more than just politics and just like lady ballers. You need stuff like non-political content, or content that a lot of people will feel comfortable with. Right now, you have a lot of people exiting a lot of these streaming services because most of the content is just woke. Okay, then feed them anti-woke content. Give them the anti-woke content they deserve, and don't advertise it as anti-woke. Just advertise it as a show. Simple as that. Simple as that. Okay. Um, Now, I think that when it comes to the children's stuff, um, if it weren't for Chip Chilla, then I feel because Chip Chilla caused a lot of controversy with with many YouTubers. If it weren't for that, I feel like a lot of people would have just not really cared. But still, I'm not saying that the controversy was good. I think that the controversy itself was just just sad, and I feel like they can learn from that. Oh, there's also another show they dropped 2 months ago, Super Potato. Oh my goodness! So I wasn't paying attention to them. For instance, I was just thinking in my head a couple months ago, why aren't they just dropping stuff every single time? Because if you're gonna compete with Netflix or Disney, for instance, you need iconic shows, and not just licensed shows from other streaming services, but also your own content. You know, if the content is anti-woke, but it isn't marketed as such, isn't that duplicitous and deceptive? Wouldn't wouldn't that be using the same tactics the leftists use with their media? Well, I would say that um, when it comes to being anti-woke, you can be anti-woke without mentioning it. I think people need to pick that up on their own, because if you just advertise it as anti-woke, it's also going to get a political reaction from many people claiming that they're just only using anti-woke people. They're grifting. So I feel like if they just stay silent on that specific part, they can make something anti-woke without really mentioning it. And when I mean anti woke, I don't just mean pushing like right wing politics. I mean in the sense of not just pushing anything major in anything. Just having something. And I feel like they can do something like that. Right now, a lot of people, um, a lot of people on the anti-woke side, they don't really know how to market stuff. And look, you have people already who are tired of wokeness. I think just showing them something, just a trailer, without even telling them it's anti-woke, I think they're gonna fall in love with it. So, for instance, if I make a cartoon, if I make a cartoon and I show it to like millions of people from all sides of the spectrum, political spectrum, a lot of people will fall in love with it. Some people who are very much concerned about politics, if they look into it, they will feel comfortable because there is no like politics that's against them or anything like that, or there isn't anything so divisive. It's just a story without modern day politics. And I do believe that's what some people want. They just don't want, they don't really want pandering of either side, when it comes to certain shows. Imagine, let's just say, for example, imagine if there's a Harry Potter movie, a new Harry Potter movie. I know they're working on a new TV series, but let's just say Harry Potter movie, another one comes out for some reason, and it's just pushing right wing politics. No one would like it because it's just not Harry Potter. It just feels like it's pushing something, you know. And that's the thing with what Daily Wire can do. They can work with a lot of conservative artists. They can work with a lot of conservative people that can create art, that just create art to entertain. They can do stuff like that. They can work with them. They can empower these conservative artists. I saw a video the other day talking about why why conservatives, um, something about conservatives and culture. I need to find the video. It's on YouTube, but for some reason, when it comes to when it comes to searching on the Nintendo Switch, it's so difficult. It's so difficult. I forgot the person's channel. I was watching it the other day, but I can't even go back to my history because I watched like a bajillion videos. So there you go. But let me just check my history. Let me check my history. This is gonna be a long scroll. Oh, by the way, it is interesting, when you find a channel where someone transitioned and then you go back to the old videos and you see them how they looked before, how they acted before. It is bizarre. It's a bit bizarre. And in the morning, uh, okay, I saw this person um, a couple months ago or weeks ago, but I looked into this channel today and I found I found like some old videos of this person, and I found some new videos of this person, and you can see how this person just completely changed. So it is interesting. It is interesting when you see stuff like that. Anyway, sorry about getting distracted. I just need to find all the videos from yesterday. I think I watched it. I watched it yesterday. So give me a minute. I'm gonna source it to videos. That way, there's no shorts because I don't like when YouTube Shorts come into my history. It's so addictive. YouTube Shorts are so addictive. Okay, let me check any new comments. Okay, um, I need to find that video, but I've been watching recently a lot of videos about the like about Israel. Just recently in the morning, I was watching a lot of videos about that. How some Israelis treat Christians. I was watching that, and you read the comments, and a lot of people were pointing out how some Christians in the U.S. they don't call out they don't call out the Israelis for doing such behaviors. It's barely talked about, and it's always Christians supporting the Israel stuff, but some people in Israel, not everyone, some people in Israel just don't like Christians. So people point out that hypocrisy. So I think I watched the video yesterday. Now I have to go through like all the memes and stuff like that. I have to go through it all. But someone made a video about conservatives and culture, and he criticized conservatives, and I like a video like that from someone who's not on the left or right, because it's cool to have these criticisms. It's cool to be criticized, and it's awesome. It really is awesome because we can understand we can understand a bit more on ourselves, because a lot of people on my side, they won't criticize ourselves, like you won't find a lot of conservatives criticizing conservatives a lot. And criticism is different from just hatred or fighting, and some people need to be criticized because we need to be put on the right track. And when you get criticized for the culture, okay, this is the video I saw. Okay, I found the channel. It's from oh, I got another ad. Oh my gosh. Um Unskippable ad. Another ad. Wow. There's nothing wrong with ads. I just feel like sometimes it gets on your nerves. So this is a video. It's called Why Conservatives Don't Understand Culture. It's from David Stewart. I'm just going to play a bit of the video.
They're just unable or unwilling.
So,
Myself conservative is that they conserved nothing. They couldn't even conserve the women's bathroom. So it's an old joke. Like if you want to know the conservative stance, you just look at the liberal stance from 20 years ago. If you want to know what a Republican thinks is the correct way of thinking, just it's whatever Democrats thought 20 years ago. And that's pretty much right, because as things march and progress, then the conservative is always just on the other side of that, trying to hold back, trying to put the brakes on cultural change, if you will. They're not for anything. And so as a result, they just don't interact with culture very well at all. They don't think about actively influencing.
and that's the thing, a lot of big time conservatives, not everyone, but a lot of mainstream conservatives, they don't interact with the culture a lot. I'm not saying that they have to praise everything degenerate, but at least, don't say everything is evil. Don't say music is evil because of one musician. You know, you can make your own music. You can create music, create something that represents your values. And this has been going on for some time in the West. Everything is evil. Even Harry Potter books were being burnt, which is so ridiculous. It's a children's book and it was being attacked because a lot of people claim it was witchcraft. It's a story about it's a story. Okay, hold on. I clicked the wrong video. It's a story. It's a story about good wizards and witches fighting evil wizards and witches. That's basically it. Oh, another ad. Okay, so let me continue the video.
They're just unable or focusing on trying to do something great, or you're just wanting an ROI. Everything's about the bottom line. It's like, well, how can I make money on this endeavor? Not how can I change hearts and minds. A true artist, and I consider myself one, cares about the artistic product. They care about what is coming out. They care about the existence of their book, the existence of their music, the existence of their art, their movie, their comic, their game, whatever it is. They care about it existing. It's something that is an expression of their humanity, their self, their soul. It's not just a way to make money. And this was kind of my big complaint about the book industry, is that everybody is trying to like make a buck.
So, I can't play everything, but in that video, he also goes down and saying that modern conservatives, they're more focused on the economics. And I've even noticed this too way back in the day, like a couple of years ago. Conservatives, the mainstream ones, they're very much focused on the economics. There's nothing wrong to focus on money or wealth, nothing wrong to be worried about that, but that's the only thing they worry about. And now look what's happening. You see in the West, so much of these companies are coming out pushing woke politics, standing with woke people. All these companies are just taking woke stances on many different political issues. And the sad part is a lot of people on the right, they're very good with money, and and um, it's sad to see that companies that they have possibly supported over the years, big businesses they supported over the years, are now stabbing them in the back with this woke nonsense. So that's kind of sad. I'm bringing this up that uh, a lot of people back in the day who possibly was just so pro big companies, support all these major companies. It's okay to support. Uh, oh, what's going on? I got a message. Sometimes I get these SMSs, and sometimes it just happens at random times. It's just something. Okay, regardless, um, conservatives. A lot of conservatives, especially in America, they focus so much on economics only that now a lot of their workspaces are just so political, and they're forced to do things that they don't even agree with, forced to take these diversity training stuff. And it makes you wonder that, yes, with all the money, but where's the culture? The reason why this is happening is because of change of culture. Doesn't matter if you've built them up, built these major companies, if you supported their rights from the old days, from the 2000s or whatever, you had their back, you allowed them to do things, you allowed them to expand. Doesn't matter. Because now those companies are stabbing you in the back and saying, we're going to push these values and we don't care about yours. There you go. You see what it is. And a lot of conservatives should have at least stuck with both economics, and you could stick with culture. you know you can have half people focus. No, in fact everyone could focus on culture and economics at the same time. Do you think culture war is the most important issue currently, more important than economy, the environment, social issues? I would say it is up there with all the other issues, because the change in culture is something that changes how people vote. And we can clearly see that with the election cycles of America. We can clearly see that, and even in South Africa, we have some stuff. We have some culture that's somewhat imported from the West. It's like this political structure imported from the West, and you get to see certain terms being used that wouldn't really make sense back in the day, but now it's being used a lot. And South Africans never made these terms; it was imported. So, yeah, you know, culture does influence everything. And I would say that in 2024, the culture is going to influence the elections. When it comes to my elections in South Africa, I do believe that the major parties, especially the EFF, is going to gain more votes. Um, and I would say that in America, the Democrats might win. And I say this because, let's face it, like many on the right, it's just very hard for them to just, you know, make something cultural, you know. Right now you have like 5 6 movies coming out every single time, and it's going to be some kind of subversive expectations pushing certain propaganda, and a lot of people were just fine with that. A few people are waking up, but still it's a lot of people have been just absorbed by that. So when they get a different opinion, it's really shocking for them. So the culture war can change so much in this world, and it is connected to the environment and different social issues, how we interact with different social issues, and taking care of the environment. Anyways, I can't. I forgot what I was saying. I forgot what I was saying. Anyways, yeah. So many on the right, I feel like we can at least do both. Focus on economics. Focus on the culture. And those who have focused on the culture, mostly on the culture, possibly, they have criticized a lot of a lot of people who just gave up on the culture. And that's the thing. That's what people will say. There's no point in complaining about the culture when you did not contribute. That's what some people say. when it comes to the Matt Walsh versus gaming stuff, a lot of people called Matt Walsh out because he just said people need to, leave games because they're woke now. And it doesn't make any sense. There are a lot of franchises people have left because it's woke, but they still like gaming. They still play the old games. They still try their best to do something with gaming. They look for new games. They look for like non-woke games. And people just want to have fun. But a lot of people on the right, not everyone, but a lot of the major ones, major faces, it's going to be hard to convince them that gaming is okay. Gaming is okay. Anime is okay. Watching cartoons is not just for children. Anyways, I am sweating so much. I have to go. I'm thirsty. Extremely thirsty. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye.